Well, hello, and welcome back to episode 46 of the Crystal Clarity Podcast. Yes, it's always been the necklace in the logo. And welcome to episode 46, everybody. So I am excited to see you this week to kind of continue our conversation that we had last week about coming back after really difficult circumstances and coming back after parts of our lives that really deplete us in some way, or yeah, coming back after hard journeys where we feel like we're not exactly the same as we used to be and we're building our way back. And that's exactly where we land right now. Last episode, episode 45, we talked about coming back when the physical body, the physical body feels depleted and or we have a lot of symptoms coming up after this journey. And how do we strengthen back our organs and our vital substances and like feel energy again? It was about kind of physical power and physically coming back. We all need that, rebuilding substances, rebuilding energy. And today's episode, episode 46, is about coming back on a heart level. And when we've been through a difficult journey, and it was also really a lot on our hearts, and we spent a lot of emotional energy, and we feel depleted at the level of the heart. Yeah. If you feel like you've been through something, I just feel like my heart has been through a lot. And now I feel in a place where I've just been feeling so much and I would like to be able to build back my heart. This episode is for you. I'm going to share with you about a very simple but very elegant and effective treatment that you can start doing on yourself that's really simple. We're going to talk about several stones and their relationship to building back or coming back at the level of your heart, and why, and why in specific situations each one seems to work well. So you can kind of connect your specific situation. And all of these stones are probably in your collection or easy to obtain. So I want to make this really accessible for you. So here's how you know if you are not really back at a heart level. One of the ways that you will feel is more depressed. You will feel a little bit low, a little bit down. It's not as exciting to get out of bed in the morning. Like you're not jumping out of bed in the morning exciting for what you're doing. You're not looking towards the weekend like, oh my gosh, I have so much fun stuff to do this weekend. Or you don't look into the afternoon and be like, I get to do this today. I get to do that today. Everything feels more flat. You feel less excited. You feel less passionate. You know that spring in your step that you get when you know something's coming up that you get to do, or that feeling that you have in your heart when you're hopeful about something, hopeful about how something's going to turn out or the outcome. And like, it's just light, it feels light and joyful. And if you're not feeling inspired in the same way, like I used to love this, it used to light me up. I used to feel so inspired by this. And now it just feels more flat. If there is like a mood blunting or yeah, just kind of a joy blunting feeling happening, that's a really good sign that your heart has been through a lot. And another kind of some secondary things I want to bring up that may help you see this in yourself if it's happening with you or someone else is that after we go through a really heart depleting journey, we can have a more difficult time sleeping like a baby. We can have a more difficult time sleeping peacefully or all the way through the night or feeling like we're in a deep sleep all the way through the night. And another thing that is up for people a lot if their heart has been through enough and needs to come back and build back up is anxiety. Different forms of anxiety, just feeling like some fear is overwhelming the heart, being in shock more. Um, what I mean by shock is like jumping at little things or just feeling like you're kind of braced. And sometimes that trauma PTSD picture is just right in there, right? Because what your heart went through that was a lot was maybe a trauma that led to some PTSD for you, and you're kind of braced for something. So, all forms of anxiety or fear overwhelming the heart are signs that your heart needs to build back up. And so, I'm really excited to share this with you. Boy, have I been here. I mean, coming to this earth, I think we signed up for some emotional journey. The human heart is just the most profound thing in the universe. It is the most loving and profound thing in the universe. And we love so much and we go through it. Oh, look, there's my heart outside my body. This is Bodhi. That is my heart outside my body. There he is. He really is. So I'm glad he got up and peeked his head up. Before I go any further into today's content, I just want to say thank you to all of you that have been around on the podcast. This episode 46. If you've been here, I love that you're here going down the rabbit hole. Thank you. Please hit subscribe or that notification so I know that you're here, or leave a comment. I would love that link, that two-way connection, just so I know that you're here. So touch those buttons to connect. And I'll also put a link in the description below so that you can sign up for my newsletter and you can receive any information about Upper Clarity School of Stone Medicine and take a training or a workshop with me, or visit our really cool crystal shop that is actually based in all of the teachings and it's one of the best shops around. I won't even go into it right now. It's one of the best shops around. So I would love for you to know about it. And all of that comes through the newsletter. And also, we start our level 1 certification training course, Enter the Cave, every fall. It's a 9-week practitioner level certification course in stone medicine and crystal healing. And if you like this intersection between science and spirit and really going deeper with stones and crystals, you will love doing that. So you can also join the wait list or the get notified list for that course in the description. So let's get in touch. Okay. Episode 46. How do we come back after these big things? How do we come back when the heart has been through so much and feeling so many emotions? And, one of the things that happens is that we can be tearful a lot too, and feel like we are leaking tears at commercials or leaking tears at music because the heart is just so full. And so you don't have to be leaking tears to need a heart comeback journey. But if you are, it is a sign that your heart's like pretty full, that there's been a lot to feel in your heart. One of the reasons why the heart just has so much to feel is that your heart is just this profound part of you that it feels all of the emotions, and the liver feels anger and all of the associated emotions with the liver, and the spleen feels, you know, what it feels, which is like an obsession, a worry, a spinning around kind of feeling, an ungroundedness, and all the emotions that it feels. And the kidney feels all forms of fear, and the lung feels all forms of grief, and the heart feels all of them. It feels on in its own place. It feels like this sadness and loneliness and emptiness is one of the feelings that the heart feels. But it's profound among all organs and exceptional among all organs because it feels all of them with everyone. So if your liver's feeling anger, it goes and holds its hand and feels it with it. If your lung is feeling grief, it goes and holds its hand and it feels it with it. The heart is all about unification and love. And it is so about empathy and compassion, and it sees itself as one with other beings. So it goes and holds all of these emotions and helps all of your body feel all of the emotions that you're feeling. It's very compassionate. There's a lot for the heart to hold. And also, when you're going through something, if other people are going through it with you, like we've been going through personally, helping a lot of people transition, drop the bodysuit, and go on to their next life and experience. And there's a lot of people around feeling it too. And the heart feels it with them. So you're crying because the mom is crying. You're crying because the sister is there. You're crying because the dogs are there. It's like your heart is feeling everything with everybody too. And so it feels everything for you and it feels everything for everybody. And it's so empathetic and it's so loving and it's so compassionate. So there's so much moving through there. And when we go through these big journeys of depletion, whether it's a breakup or just anything that just like broke your heart, the heart breaks and it breaks open, but it's like a lot. That is all heart blood. That is all heart blood. And you have this vital substance in you called blood. And in Chinese medicine, it is all about presence and animation and aliveness. It's actually about being able to be alive and present inside your life. It's critical. It's critical for feeling present and feeling joy and feeling all sorts of pleasure and ecstasy and eros and feeling alive, you know? I mean, that is the heart of feeling any kind of happiness. So that's heart blood. And it's a very specific substance that we have to build back. And it kind of feels like serotonin or oxytocin or oxytocin if you related it to like a neurotransmitter or a hormonal level. And it's like that feeling of just being happy, of wanting to be alive inside your life. That is heart blood. It's really important. Now, heart blood, when we're in these states where everything feels like we've gone on this big, hard journey with our heart blood gets depleted. And that's why we feel having a hard time sleeping, or nightmares or bad dreams is also a big sign that your heart blood is depleted. Also, the anxiety, the fear overwhelming the heart, and then everything that I talked about, depression and all the iterations of like not feeling excited anymore. Heart blood being depleted is all of that. So we're locating it as a physical substance that we can really build back and work on. Now, heart blood is a form of blood. So the body has to have some good blood. You know, if you're anemic or just if you need to build blood, if you are pale and you don't feel like you have a lot of blood in your body, you need to work on your overall blood and all the ways that you can and all the herbs that you can and all the things that you can take to build on your overall blood. Heart blood's a part of that. Heart blood is manganese in Daoist stone medicine. It is manganese. And manganese works to build back our heart blood. It's very emotional and spiritual and physical all at once. Manganese, manganese. Does this sound boring that it became a chemical element? It's actually really cool. It's in the earth all around us. It's in our heart, it's in our liver, it's in our brain, and the stones bring it to us front and center. So let's talk about these manganese stones that can really build us back, okay? Manganese is an important chromophore in stone medicine, and that just means it creates color and it can really create red and pink colors. That's really important because the color of your heart blood is red, pink, right? It's red. So, red is the primary color that manganese creates, and it's the primary color of stones that we're going to go to in this episode. Your heart can also really be tonified and strengthened by the color pink, the color green, even the color orange can really stimulate the heart and really vibrationally connect with it and lift it up. And the color purple has resonance with the heart too. The main one is pink. And then those other ones, pink, orange, purple, and green, those can be kind of like secondary, but they'll all help. So really think about the color red. Really think about the element manganese. Really think about another element, iron. Iron is important to heart blood, okay? You know, iron transports oxygen around the body. It is like basically is the blood. It's like hemoglobin. Iron itself in stones will help create blood. So it's a good secondary element to this manganese as the primary element. There's a couple crystal structures just to follow the framework we did in the last episode too, where we kind of underline why these stones are going to help, and then I'll give you the treatment to do to build your heart back. The crystal structure that really will resonate with the heart among the 7 crystal structures or crystal systems is the trigonal crystal system and or the orthorhombic crystal system. So we kind of want to find stones that correlate there, that'll connect. So let's hold all this loosely and kind of like paint a picture and pull some stones out that'll hold as many of these as possible. And the level the stone is formed at for the heart, the igneous level, like deep in the magma, the deepest level of the earth, and the metamorphic level, where like the plates are crushing and sliding under each other and drifting apart. Both of those levels, stones formed at both of those levels will really help the heart. Okay. So that's our kind of 4 classification framework. But let's just dive into the stones. So I left you in episode 45 with a note on garnet. And garnet is one of the most important convalescence, coming back stones after an illness stone, after a heartbreak stones, there is. Garnet is very strong. It is able to bring you back. In fact, when you think about lay all these stones out next to each other, I'm going to talk about 4 or 5 or 6 stones. I want you to think of the word strong with garnet. It has manganese, it has iron. Now it has a cubic crystal structure, which is not the trigonal or orthorhombic, but the cubic crystal structure is very strong. It's very stable. It's stabilizing and strong. We need stabilizing and strong too when we're going through kind of like the trauma picture of why our heart blood might be depleted. But garnet brings us back very much. It's very strong. So think of when you need something strong to bring you back. Spessartine garnet has a lot of manganese in it. And almandine garnet, the one that you mostly see, like the dark red one that is mostly around, that also has manganese in it and a lot of iron. Okay, so that's a great stone to think about. Garnet after big heartbreaks, heart pains, heart losses, heart journeys, and think of the word strong. The other one that is just forever going to be wonderful is the red and pink tourmalines and watermelon tourmalines. Remember from episode 45, tourmaline is extremely tonifying. It will give you heart blood. And when you're in like ultimate depression treatment, when you're in that place that you need this heart blood, red tourmaline, pink tourmaline, watermelon tourmaline, they have manganese, they have that trigonal crystal structure, which matches the fire element, right? It matches the heart. And it also has that pillar light strong shape that we talked about a little bit in episode 45 too. So it's like a backbone. We're looking for like strong tonics that like stand you up again in this conversation about coming back and tonification. So the red ones are very good. The red and pink tourmalines, they're so life-giving. And to on a personal note, I mean, if I could pick one of these stones, but this is personal because I have a high relationship with tourmaline, is I would pick the red and pink tourmalines for what I'm talking about. Like they will give you back that heart blood, that richness, that aliveness, like feeling joy again coming back. Okay. Another one is we always want to think about rhodonite, the manganese silicate. Rhodonite is like pink and black. It is the word I want you to correlate with rhodonite is wound healer. And there's something magical about rhodonite that I have worked with it and seen it heal wounds very fast. It like things that are broken, it mends them. So it's a really good one to bring in for heartbreak, or if you feel like your heart's just kind of been ripped open, if you feel like there's tear or heartbreak, like sometimes it physically hurts when your heart's just breaking. So think wound healer, think mending back something that's torn apart with this manganese silicate rhodonite. So it's crucial. I mean, one of the top 7 to 10 stones for this conversation about heart blood. Another one is bixbite. This is the red beryl. It's essentially a red emerald, right? It's the red beryl. Now, bixbite is extremely rare. I have a hard time even keeping any around for myself. I mean, I have like 5 pieces and I've been collecting it for 15 years. I have a really hard time keeping it in the crystal shop for the healers, but it is profound at healing the heart, especially if this feels like your heart's been through it. It's been a hard journey, but it also feels connected all the way back to childhood or all the way back to your birth or all the way back to ancestral programming, like something just like very long term. Bixbite, morganite, the pink beryl, amazing for heartbreak. And then there is another beryl that, if you're not aware of this, it's called pezzottaite. It's named after an Italian geologist that discovered this beryl, pezzottaite, that actually is a lithium cesium beryl that has trace amounts of manganese in it. And it has a trigonal crystal structure, which is really interesting. And we actually were able to get a lot of pezzottaite in our crystal shop, just exceptionally rare stone. And we were able to get some. So I'm mentioning that one too, because it is so chest related, it's so heart related. It also has that lithium that brings this calming feeling, but a deep barrel for deep constitutional return of heart essence and heart strength and accessible. So I wanted to mention that one too. At claritycrystalshop.com, you can get the crystals that I'm talking about. We keep the shop so that people have access to things like that. Another one, rhodochrosite. So just make some little notes because we're going to get you a good treatment together, and you can't leave you like this. We can't leave our people like this. You've got to build back up. And I want to make a note that, there's a lot of people doing psychedelics and LSD and MDMA and a lot of different plant ceremonies and psychedelic ceremonies. And whenever you create a really peak state and you go up into like, whoa, I went into heaven, it was so amazing. And you can have so much healing in those places. And it can really deplete your heart blood. And that's why when it's just like it takes all your heart blood and just pushes it out at once, just like it takes all your serotonin and pushes it out at once. And so people come out of those ceremonies or those experiences, whether it's with a therapist or whatever, if you've had like an elevated state, like a really peak experience, especially if you were like in the bliss during it, you can come out and have nightmares, have depression. People don't realize this. They have it's like they're in a great state. And then a few days later, they're having really fucked up nightmares. That's all the heart blood being depleted. So if you have a situation like that too, or you've had some peak experience, but now you feel down, this is the same conversation, okay? So the next one I'm going to talk about is rhodochrosite, the manganese carbonate. Rhodochrosite, we love. It's like the beautiful pink colors. Rhodochrosite can bring you back, and it is especially related to opening the heart again. So for this one, I want you to think about opening. Like if the hard heart journey was like the loss of a partner or a big breakup, and it really is time to open again. Rhodochrosite is really good for opening again and supporting that heart blood and that building back at the same time. Let me give you a couple honorable mentions, okay? Because you might love these stones and you want to use the stones you love the most. So ruby is a great stone for this. And it's really good at like end stages where you're almost all the way back. You're pretty much almost all the way back. And you just want to get like that final strengthening, like to bring the whole thing to completion. Like, okay, now I've completed the coming back of the heart journey. So use that in late stages of your coming back. And another one is hematite. So hematite looks silver on the outside, but it's a red stone. It streaks red and its primary core essence is red. It's full of iron, right? And it's something that can really bring you back at the heart level and just like a deep iron filling, especially if like your heartbreak just feels so physical too, like you're also physically like depleted and you need something that's bringing back your heart, but also just giving you like deeper energy at the same time. A couple stones that I would think about working with one of these stones, like use one of the stones I talked about, and then a couple of stones you can add as an assistant stone or a secondary stone to it to like assist it, would be kunzite or rose quartz or lithium quartz. Stones like this can just really like harmonize and help the other stones work and just be a great combination with them. And before I tell you the treatment, I have to tell you, eudialyte. We've been studying eudialyte this summer and in an advanced stone medicine training that we do in the summer. And eudialyte, one of the most underutilized stones in stone medicine, a powerhouse heart healer. So I can't even go into it all, but if you know eudialyte and you like eudialyte, it can bring you alive again. It really can bring you alive again, no matter how complex this heart situation is that you're going through. So I know that one's a little bit more out there, but there it is. Okay, I believe in eudialyte. Here's the treatment that you will do. I want you to do this every other day or every third day. Just get in a rhythm with it. You can do this before bed or you can do it in the morning. Okay. You can do this really if you feel like laying down at 4 p.m., you can do it and do it for 20 to 40 minutes. And you pick three of these stones. Okay. Pick three of these stones. So it can be three garnets, it can be three rhodochrosite, it can be a kunzite and two rhodonite. You can pick like any combination of these stones. It can be a rose quartz and two hematites. It can be red tourmaline with two garnets. You want to pick three of these stones. And then the treatment for the heart to build it back up is so simple. It's lovely. So you just hold one in each palm. You just hold, there's really powerful heart points right in the center of the palm. It'll take it right up your heart meridian and into your heart. So one in each palm and then one right in the center of the chest. And so you've got this fire triangle, this upward facing triangle grid. And breathe and let that grids are very powerful. So let that grid just fill your body back and fill your heart back with heart blood. And that's the intention, that you're filling back this vital substance, this juice that makes you feel juicy. It is literally the juice that makes you feel juicy. Don't leave yourself like this. Don't leave yourself not excited about anything anymore. You've got to build your heart back, and you can. 7 treatments like this every other day or every third day with your intention and your opening to it, your belief in it, you know? You don't have to be like, oh, is it going to work? Then I'll believe in it. No, believe in it first. And that's how it works. Okay. Belief, intention, these powerful living stones with the earth, the Mother Earth behind it all. Fill your heart back up with stone medicine like that. So I'm rooting for your heart. I'm rooting for your heart. And I know, we've all been through a lot. It's like this right now, I'm recording this. It's the summer of the fire horse. So there's so much expressing. It's just like, it's so young, it's so expressive, it's so fiery. And things that have been dormant for a long time are now expressing. Things that have needed to come up for a long time are now expressing. Stuff that's been in your body is now expressing. So we're all going through a lot, and you're probably feeling things or coming through journeys that you need this support. I feel like ever since 2020, since COVID time, we've been kind of like dealing with new timelines and new bodies and new external environments in the world. And we've all been going through a lot of things. And if you're somebody that's like, well, I've actually kind of felt like shit at a heart level ever since that happened, give yourself this coming back. Okay. I sure love you. Thank you so much for listening. I don't know if I'll do another episode in this series, but I want to tell you, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a third episode about coming back, but I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that you can heal. And the heart is the part of you that has hope that you can. Your heart has hope about it right now. If you ask your heart is the part of you that is holding everything together, that is saying, whatever this is, we're going to get through it. Your heart is the part of you that when things are kind of falling apart, it's the one that's picking them back up and saying, we're going to get through this. We're going to stay spiritually connected. We're going to stay connected. We're going to have hope. So from my heart to yours, we're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to stay together. I have hope for you. And thank you for being here at the Crystal Clarity Podcast. I'll see you soon.